By the time Stonewall Jackson's column had reached this ford on a branch of Poplar Run, they had completed just about one half of the march as Jackson had projected it to get all the way around the Federal Army. He would have to revise his march ahead of us, but this was about halfway along that route. The troops through the winter of 1862 and 63 had had inadequate food. That would get nothing but worse as the war progressed, obviously. But during that winter, without their usual exertion, without the usual conditioning, and without adequate food, a lot of salt pork and hard biscuits, they were not in the shape they had been when they became denominated Stonewall Jackson's Foot Cavalry in 1862 in the Shenandoah Valley on the way to Manassas and elsewhere. And here, there was a good bit of falling out by the roadside. Some men died of heat stroke, their brigadiers reported in their official records. And furthermore, in the thickets of the wilderness, there was no potable water. There were puddles of still brown water that no sane person would drink, even long before the EPA came into view on the horizon. And so when they reached this stream, which was running at enough of a slope that it was bubbling along and was obviously something drinkable, this was a bonanza for those weary troops. As the National Park Service sign nearby, written by Ralph Happel 60 years ago, points out with a nice allusion, this was the last earthly stream that many of them would cross. Jackson himself perhaps drank in this stream, and he would say famously 8 days later about crossing over the river and resting under the shade of the trees.